All right, good morning, folks. Hey, listen, I'm gonna let you guys have a look at this is the new insert. As we build this DVD, I'm allowing you guys to watch the building process and the information as it's going in. This is a really great section that's going in right now. After this section, it's time to run for the finish line on this thing because now all the critical data has been put in one place, and now that the Lord's delivered it, I can wrap this thing up very, very quickly. I'm going to try and increase the screen for y'all just a minute. Okay, so anyway, like I said, I mean, this information is just, it's so amazing. I've gone through and created another folder for the show notes folder, and I've gone and gotten some very, very nice, clear images of, the altar in the Catholic Church. There's some stuff I haven't shared with y'all yet. Uh, if I have, it's been a long, long time. We're going to go over that in the next video. I'm going to show you all the papal regalia and the significance and the location of it. I mean, this is the most liberating, mind-destroying, just, it's so liberating to know the truth. Jesus said, you'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. There's no way you can know the truth until you turn everything upside down. You can't. It's impossible. That's why the night I got saved the way I got saved. And that's why even my photos skydiving, I'm upside down falling out of the sky. This is mind-blowing. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to let you guys watch this. This is a new 18-minute insert that's going into the DVD. Pay attention. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'll turn this up. The Statue of Liberty sits on the island facing east. You'll see that she stands right in front of the Twin Towers that used to be there. The Twin Towers were destroyed, and now she stands in front of the One World Freedom Tower, which is all that remains and what was put up in its place. And she stands atop the Kelipot, the hendecagram, the host body system that she rules over. And this is a very cryptic, very hidden thing from everybody's sight until now. It's going to be all made manifest. And God's angels are caught in a system of transmutation, and we're being converted through the host body system into food for another race of beings. And that other race of beings are locusts, and they're going to come out of the pit, and that's why a human in a slave collar turns into a locust from the pit, because that's what we're used for. A human in a slave collar becomes a locust from the pit. The human host body is nothing more than a transmutation machine in order to convert God's angels into food for another race of beings. The entire system is duplicitous, good and evil, the tree of the knowledge of good. Think of good as right side up and evil as upside down. I'm going to show you that in every host body is a twin system. There's a good you and there's a bad you. There's a double you. Think of them as twins. Interlock the twins and we will make a double you. This is merely an outward manifestation of the absolute truth. See the letter V, it's in white, and the letter V is in gold. You put the two V's together, it makes a W, and in between the two V's is an X. And this is very cryptic, but now that I've shown it to you, it's not going to be that cryptic anymore, because you're going to see a repetitive theme. In every host body, here's a male. He has 46 chromosomes, and a female has 46 chromosomes. A sperm cell has 23 chromosomes. An egg cell has 23 chromosomes. So when the sperm and the egg come together to form a new host body, there are 46 chromosomes, which makes the new fetus. 23 and 23 equals 46. One's right side up, one's upside down. Cain and Abel. It's a cannibalistic system where the bad you is destroying the good you. And unless you get reconciled to God before you die, that system continues. You die under condemnation, and your your soul goes into the pit, and you become food for Satan's race of means. This is Beyonce right here at the Grammy Awards. Beyonce is dressed as the Queen of Heaven, the one that rules over the host body system, the goddess of duality. Here is an image of Beyonce at the Grammy Awards, and this is the Queen of Heaven. You're looking at an identical resemblance. Even in this other picture, when she took off her crown, she's dressed to resemble the Virgin. This is a representation not of Mary, but of Eve from the Garden of Eden, because Eve was a virgin until she was impregnated by the serpent, which was adultery, and she became the adulteress, and then she was impregnated by Adam. Then she had Cain and Abel, and in the same womb were two energies, one energy that was against the other energy. Cain was a child of the serpent. Abel was a child of Adam. One destroys the other. Now, Beyonce is pregnant with twins. Now, I will just speak plainly. I am a servant of the Most High. He told me, Jonathan, I want you to look at Beyonce's dress. I did what he said. I paid very close attention to her dress.
If anyone saw her performance, you'll see that she asked, do you remember when you were born or you were formed in your mother's womb? And then she pushed this spirit out, like she gave you life. She's the one that rules over the host body system.
On Beyonce's dress, you have the Ouroboros. Here is a three-pointed star. The Lord told me, Jonathan, look up the meaning of a three-pointed star. What do you call a three or four-pointed star? It is called isotoxal. And I thought, wow, that is very odd. And I traced over it, and that is absolutely the Ouroboros inside of a three-pointed star. The serpent eating its own tail. We showed you a scene from Roddy Piper's They Live, and the preacher is saying they recruit the rich and the powerful. Exactly true. Satan gives them what they want, and he uses them as puppets to perpetuate his agenda. Beyonce is wearing an isotoxal star with a set of twins in her womb with an Ouroboros wrapped around the entire system, okay? It says, in geometry, a polytope is isotoxal or edge transitive. There is a translation, rotation, and or reflection that will move one edge to the other. What that means is becoming your own reflection in a way,
while leaving the region occupied by the object unchanged. As one takes over the other one, it becomes cannibalistic. In every host body or kelipot that the Queen of Heaven rules over, you have opposing forces that are at war with each other, and one is cannibalizing the other while leaving the outward appearance the same, isotoxal. So the human body looks the same, but inside it has become inherently evil.
In an isotoxal system, it's edge transitive, so it rotates, and now the black face is down and the white face is up. Let me show you what the Ouroboros is. The Ouroboros is an ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail, originating in ancient Egyptian iconography. The Ouroboros entered Western tradition via the Greek magical tradition, and most notable in alchemy. Remember that word. You and I and every human being, we self-cannibalize. We destroy ourselves. Everybody is their own worst enemy. Self-cannibalization is the practice of eating oneself, also called auto-cannibalism or auto-sarcophagy. Well, y'all remember I showed you the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, and it shows the exact same agenda. Well, what's really fascinating is when you look at the pharaohs from the old days, they were buried in a sarcophagus. Sarcophagus translates and means flesh eating. That's what the word sarcophagus means, because they used to bury the kings, which were the serpent beings, in these sarcophagus. Sarcophagus means flesh eating. Using Beyonce as an example of the outward manifestation of the spiritual world, she is literally wearing on her dress and carrying in her body the mystery of all things right there. Because the devil uses these people as a way to mock the entire human race. This is Lady Gaga at the Oscar Awards, and this is how the devil uses these people. This is what's really on her dress. It's the head of a serpent, tongue of the serpent. There's obviously the face of the serpent, and here it becomes a trident as well as a spear tip going through this triangle, which is conveniently placed right at her vagina, which represents Satan's kingdom entering into the female womb. And so these stars, they wear this kind of stuff to glorify the one that they worship, which is Lucifer. You get 23 chromosomes from a male, and you get 23 chromosomes from the female egg, and when they come together, it forms a new host body that has 46 chromosomes. Now, I want to show you the significance of the Twin Towers. This is called the Arch of Titus. It was built as a commemorative arch to Titus, who destroyed the temple in Jerusalem, the one Jesus was talking about. Well, this is a replica of the Arch of Titus. It is called the Arch of Washington, and it sits in Manhattan. And right here is an image of George Washington. Behind George Washington, there's some writing on that arch. Exitus acta probat. That means the outcome justifies the deed. Let me explain to you the esoteric meaning of that. The outcome, which is the One World Freedom Tower, which was built in place of the Twin Towers that were self-cannibalized. See, right here you have the Arch of Washington. And then this is the $20 bill right here. This was made by the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers are the people that were responsible for building the Twin Towers right in that proximity. So you would look right through the arch and you would see the Twin Towers, Cain and Abel. So this is really a representation of the host body system that is being ruled over by the Mother Goddess. One representation of that is the Statue of Liberty, praying to the Virgin at the Catholic Church. It's all the same. The Rockefellers had these buildings built there, and the Rockefellers are part of the owners of the Federal Reserve, and they are responsible for making the Federal Reserve notes. When you fold it in the shape of a pentagram, you will see the Twin Towers burning under the archway right there. This is the archway. So they are mocking all of humanity by blowing up the Twin Towers. They destroy the Twin Towers and they burn them. One twin burns the other for the energy. That's why I keep showing you these images of dead sheep. The sheep are being consumed by a reptilian DNA within the host body system. The outcome justifies the deed. That's written right here. And the outcome is the One World Freedom Tower, because now the two have become one. There's no longer twin towers here. What's here is a single tower, and they are saying the two have become one. That's why it says the outcome justifies the deed. The deed was the Garden of Eden. The deed was actually in heaven, a bunch of angels rebelling against God. And they're saying they have acquired their new host body system. It is no longer a twin system, and they do not want God in the system anywhere. They want only Lucifer. So here are the two that were destroyed, the twin system. That's why George Bush read Psalm 23, because 23 and 23 make 46. And then later, Barack Obama stood at the new site where the One World Freedom Tower was being built, and Barack Obama read Psalm 46, saying that the host body for the serpent has been completed. The esoteric, cryptic meaning of that is that the two have become one. The outcome justifies a deed. Lucifer is saying he has a new host body, and it is not a duplicitous system. It is one mind, and it is all Lucifer. That's why Barack Obama wrote on the top of the towers, "We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger, WWW," which is alphanumeric Hebrew 666. The letter O that he signed is also, it's an image of a brain, and it is also the image of the Vera chip, which will be used as the mark of the beast. They are the same. They are one and the same. The twin system, the double-headed phoenix, is a representation of the twin paradigm. It's a bird that's got twin heads looking opposite directions. This is from the Catholic Church. The two together make one. These ribbons right here, they intersect, and the two make a W. And on top is a crown. The crown is actually the head of a serpent. So here is the head of the serpent ruling over the intersecting V's that make a W. The two DNAs intersect and make a W, and they're being ruled over by the serpent. Here is a company called the Prisoner Wine Company. Personally, I think that's a very odd name for a wine company. Look at the letter W. It is two intersecting V's. Here is a bottle of wine from the Prisoner Wine Company. It's called Blindfold, and this is a black guy that is chained to a tree. There's a large serpent eating him, and that's my spiritual gifting, to be able to see these things. Here is a slave that is chained to a tree. He's being eaten by a serpent. It's called Blindfold because Lucifer's making fun of us that we're blind and we can't see. Again, this shows the prisoner, because the serpent rules over the duplicitous system. It is his system. That's why the interlocking V's make a W with the serpent ruling over. Here's another example. This is EWTN. This is Catholic, the Global Catholic Network. Look at the letter W. Intersecting V's, making a W with an X in the middle. This is a lady named Marina Abramovic. Marina Abramovic has had Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, who's been more than accused of pedophilia. The WikiLeaks proved that he is involved in child trafficking and pedophilia, along with the Clinton Foundation. This is Marina Abramovic, who is a witch, who invites these people to her parties. She also has coffins full of blood that people actually go up and take a little scoop of blood and drink blood at her parties. Everything that's written in the wall, on the wall here, is a mixture of semen mixed with blood, mixed with breast milk and urine. And she writes her spell on a wall, and her spell starts with the letter W with a sharp knife cut deeply into the middle finger of your left hand, and eat the pain. She always starts with the letter W. Let me show you again. Here's from another one of her spirit cooking parties, because she knows that inside the host system is one spirit that's cannibalizing the other. See, there's the letter W. She makes intersecting V's. There's the letter W. She always makes intersecting V's. So y'all are starting to get the point now, aren't you? Now, this is really fascinating. If you drive into Waco, Texas, you'll see this when you drive in. And you'll see the letter W right there, right above the sign for Waco. It's two intersecting V's again. How bizarre. One of the V's has a star, and one of the V's has a crescent moon. And they are intersected. Isaiah said those who try and hide their plans turn everything upside down. You get 9/11 with the sigil of Baphomet. That's the sigil of Baphomet right in the middle of the 9. 911. Right there. So that's who they worship. They had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit, Apollyon. In London, there is what's called the London Bridge, the Tower Bridge. Okay, let me show you the London Tower Bridge. Placard, again, the two intersecting V's making a W. London Tower Bridge. See how this is all adding up perfectly again and again? Let me show you what's at the top observation deck of the One World Freedom Tower. This is what you'll see. This is the window that you would look out of and look here on the floor. The V and the V make a W with the triangle on top, saying that this has taken over and ruling the system. The triangle and the pyramid represent Lucifer's kingdom. Here is a movie called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. I want to show you what these covers are. In the movie, they're looking for this great treasure, and it's supposed to be buried underneath a W. This is from the movie. You see the two V's intersecting, making a W, and the treasure is right in the middle under the W. In this picture from the movie, let's count the actors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now remember the Kelipot and the hendecagram, the 11-pointed star, which the Queen of Heaven rules over, the host body system, which is represented by these two intersecting V's. That is the host body system that the serpent rules over. The Queen of Heaven is the serpent. Let me show you again. That's not a coincidence. If you look at other images from the movie, there are more than 11 actors. Every time the W is shown in the movie, there's always 11 actors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, representing the hendecagram, which itself is ruled over by the Queen of Heaven, which Beyonce represented during the Grammy Awards. And she also wore a dress representing the twin system of Cain and Abel, inside of an isotoxal star surrounded by an Ouroboros, which is self-cannibalization, and isotoxal is reflection transitive as well as dimensionally transitive. It basically means the bad you has taken over the good you. That's what it means. And there it is.
All right.
The Statue of Liberty.
All right. So there you go. So now I'm going to make the run for the finish line now. I've delivered, absolute data. This data is irrefutable. And then what I will do is I will tie together this information, Apollyon. I'll tie together the CIA, the Catholic Church, the halls of government, and I will tie it all together with Apollyon from the pit. And then this DVD is done. Now, guys, anyone who wants to support this effort, guys, we don't do like other ministries. We rely on the benevolence of God, and I rely on His benevolence in order to get things done. If anybody wants to help with any of this, you can go to the Jonathan Kleck channel. If you want to help, you can. We have a P.O. box. Shows you how much I go and look at this stuff. I don't even know where it is. We have a P.O. box that is, I'll put in the description. You can send your self-addressed stamped envelope to the P.O. box. Self-addressed stamped envelope. Make sure you put 8 stamps on your envelope. That's probably one more than you need, but if I put extra DVDs in there, it'll help out. So anyway, we're going to make the run for this finish line. We're going to add this part to the DVD, and I'm going to do the next part, which is the final part. And, this should be a no-brainer at this point after you've watched this information, that the Lord's let me deliver to you what's going on and where you are. Everybody's an angel. Everybody fell. Everybody's trapped in a host body system. It's duplicitous. And Satan, the last thing he wants you to know is your identity. Your identity is hidden in Christ. So now you know. Okay, so the only way to do it is turn everything upside down. Christians are the ones that turn the world upside down. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys like this addition to the DVD. It should be very self-explanatory. If you watch the previous parts of the DVD and watch this one, the picture in your mind that you should have should be so clear. It's just so obvious. Let's see. Anything else? You know what? That's it for right now. I got to get to work and get the rest of this stuff done. All right. God bless.